Hello everyone! Today we're going to be talking about AI. This is a topic I've been seeing widely spoken on and off about in the past few years. Many other YouTubers have also been covering this topic lately, and plenty other corners of the internet have been raving over this hot topic lately as well. And well, I feel rather passionate about the subject, so I figured I'd throw in my 2 cents. As a heads up, I'm going to leave a trigger warning here for mentions of explicit content and explicit content containing children later in this video. If these are topics you wouldn't like to hear about, please, for your mental well-being, leave the video here. On that note, let's get started with today's subject. The responses to AI have been on both sides of the extreme. Those who are very excited to see the progress in technology and where AI can take pictures, art, and entertainment in forms of recreating the voices of characters and writing stories for people by just inputting prompts and turning them into very detailed outcomes for users. How AI may help those with disabilities to better communicate or able to create art or entertaining works that they would not be able to create without the use of the programs. On the other hand, is all the terrible things that people are frightened to see become reality, or those that have already started popping up in the world of AI. Unfortunately, we will be exploring the cynical side of the issue. Personally, I don't see the benefits of the program ever outweighing the negatives. We live in a capitalistic hellscape that always values profit over people, and they plan to use AI to create all of these creative outlets rather than using it to complete menial labor. Which, hey, that one AI robot that learned it would be doing repetitive work forever performed self-delete, so people may also use it to harm others rather than for any form of good. There are a number of issues surrounding this use of AI and little to no protection involving it, which has always been an issue with law revolving around technology due to the exponential growth in tech programming since the dawn of the internet. Sure, AIs can be used to help people come up with ideas and concept art for their projects, but people are worried about where the base of these images and writings stem from. Several websites are partnering up with some of these AI programs and selling the rights to art on their websites to the AI creators. This helps the AI learn how to create more products for users as time goes on. They cannot create anything from nothing. Everything produced from them is many different examples from their database of images or creative writings overlaid and smudge tooled together until it creates something new. Many websites have been selling user data to other companies for years, sometimes illegally, after telling users that they do not do this, which is why you may end up with so many scam-likely calls, scam texts, or spam emails. This has continued into the age of AI, where popular websites that artists use have sold the user images rights to these AI engines, such as DeviantArt. I haven't used my DeviantArt page since I was in middle school, but when I found out about this, I sure did figure out my login and toggle the switch that allows the website to do this to off in the settings. And I, by no means, was a professional artist and still am not. But I don't like the idea of something I've created being taken and claimed to be made by someone else, let alone a robot. Artists fighting back against AI have been going on for a while now as well. People can find images that artists have made and rip them right off the site and upload them somewhere else, claiming them as their own, which is a problem that's been going on forever. You can't stop art theft at every corner because for artists to sell their work widely, the internet must be involved. The same thing can happen with AI programs. If an artist's artwork is on one website where they may sell prints or stickers and they are protected there is nothing much keeping people from stealing it from one website and uploading it to another that works with an AI. It would be stuck there forever in the algorithm. I don't even think there's anything an artist could do to get it out of an AI database. The biggest problem with artists' works getting launched into AI generators is that once artwork is quote unquote created by the AI program, it is in the public domain. Artists have found a few ways to fight back against AI. Some artists on Twitter, or X, or whatever the heck you want to call it, have promoted the idea of creating artworks through these AI that recreate popular and heavily protected characters such as Mickey Mouse, Pikachu, and Marvel and DC characters. Easeed, I think that's how you'd say that, is one of these creators who promoted selling shirts or mugs with these designs on them, stating legally there should be no recourse from Disney as according to the AI model's TOS, their images transcend copyright and the images are public domain. And I'm sure Nintendo, Marvel, and DC won't mind. The AI didn't steal anything to create these images. They are completely 100% original. There have also been some programs created to poison an AI's data pool. Nightshade is an example of this. It's a tool created by the University of Chicago. The program is used to confuse text-to-image AI models and can be used by changing some pixels in digital art in a way where humans can't perceive it, but AI programs can, and it tricks them into thinking that the image looks a different way than it really does. The hope of using Nightshade, which is free to download, by the way, is that users having the program in their work in mass will create a problem for AIs that scrape images, which could ruin the programming that learns as it creates. This could hopefully make the owners and creators of these mass AIs do the right thing by gaining licensing for the work they use rather than just stealing it. AI taking artists' jobs is already a serious issue and possibility. As a nerd and a chronically online individual, I'm aware of instances where companies have already been caught using AI art in their products. Hasbro in their D&D module books, Coca-Cola, and most shocking, Wacom tablets, which is a tablet designed for artists, both for professional and hobby artists. You'd think that this company, above all others, would value the use of paying an artist to create work for their art product. I'm already so tired. At the very least, these companies could hire real artists to screen the images for them. AI continues to be horrendous at creating hands, feet, and teeth, along with other objects and backgrounds. Like its sense of space does not really communicate in the programming versus the planes of depth in the image it creates. And it can be so plainly clear even to an untrained eye that AI is being used for advertisement. It's clear that these companies would rather have fast advertisement than hire someone to make art for them, and I'm sure they'll continue to be made fun of for this while they do so. This is an obvious example of people already losing job opportunities to AI. The reasoning of fearing AI taking over isn't just a fear if it's already happening. We're already on the fast track to making a live-action Detroit Become Human. The writer and actor strikes against the use of AI in Hollywood is another thing that I'd like to talk about. Writers began striking in fear of AI being used to create scripts for television and movies, and actors began striking not long after when some studios claimed to want to use groundbreaking technology to scan actors, pay them for that day, and then be free to use their likeness in the backgrounds of shows as they saw fit. This would not give these actors residuals either. Their likeness would become perpetual property of the studio that scanned them, including after death, where their estate and SAG would not have any say in if this would be allowed. This reminds me of how Disney contractually kept the actress who voiced Snow White from ever acting again. And also that deep fake of Audrey Hepburn that was made for a commercial back in 2014. I'm really surprised that I remembered that. I really am chronically online. The Writers Guild of America, or WGA, strike ended after 148 days with a contract that protected writers' jobs from encroaching AI. The Screen Actors Guild, or SAG, strike lasted for 118 days and ended once a contract was developed that protected actors' rights to these digital scans that included their consent to create, payment for created product, as well as a 48-hour notice to contact the actor that they want to use their likeness in a program, with the choice to deny the studio. It's great that both the WGA and SAG were able to reach agreements that they liked, though it did take a very long time for this to happen. And hey, this just proves that unions work. With the right frame of mind, people can always be stronger than a cash flow. The greedy figureheads that rule over companies and Hollywood can only hold out for so long before they start to realize they can't make money without the common man. It is also proof that something can be done about AI taking over jobs. Now, we wouldn't truly be covering the topic of AI without hitting the truly depraved side of it. Many cases have happened where deepfakes have been created of celebrities and the average woman of them in... I wish YouTube wasn't such a stickler about phrasing pornographic imagery. Cases of this type of content have been created since 2017. Some examples of celebrities that have been affected by these deepfakes are Gal Gadot, Emma Watson, Natalie Portman, and Scarlett Johansson, and of course, most recently, Taylor Swift. On January 25th, some deepfake images of Taylor Swift being sexually assaulted started making rounds on Twitter. The images were live for roughly 17 hours and viewed over 45 million times. Taylor Swift reportedly plans on taking action against what was done to her, though who will face these consequences is still unknown at the moment. With no laws surrounding deepfake imagery currently, she can go after the companies that help make the images or the person who uploaded them in the first place. Though it's a horrible thing to have been done to Taylor, the fact that it was done to such an influential celebrity may help fast-track legislation in the right direction to help protect people in the future and help victims who have suffered such atrocities. Besides celebrities, these deepfakes can be made of anyone by people who have access to photos of them. If your image is online, on your social media, it can be used to create unsavory content of you. This issue is also unfortunately affecting teens and children as well. One teen girl named Francesca Manni, who is only 14, and her mother are fighting for laws and regulations surrounding AI, pornographic material, and deepfakes after photos of her and nearly 30 other female classmates were shared online during her summer break. I'd like to say thank you to these women for fighting the good fight. It's a long battle ahead, but one that needs to be fought, and I truly support you. As for AI deepfakes of children, there are multiple issues regarding the topic. It has been found by the Stanford Internet Observatory that a popular dataset used for AI to learn from contained 1,008 pictures of child pornography. So, some AIs start off poisoned by imagery it shouldn't have regarding the safety of children, just depending on where it first gets its source material. The other side of the issue that harms children is the disgusting people online creating the content using AIs. As an example, a man in South Korea was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for creating 360 AI-created child pornography images. So long as there are people who can trick AI or have access to AIs that don't have protective filters on them, child pornography can be created so long as pictures of children can be found on the internet. A sadly inevitable consequence of having AI technology available to the public. The majority of deepfake videos are sexual in nature and mostly target women. According to the 2023 State of Deepfakes report by Home Security Heroes, 98% of all deepfake videos are pornographic. And on that high note, it's time to talk about the text-to-video AI program called Sora. Sora is a text-to-video AI platform that isn't released to the public yet, but has started being showed off by what it can make. And let me just say, it's scary. Currently, the program just runs off of stock imagery, but once the AI has access to more sources, the stuff it will be able to make is going to be unbelievable. The content already being shown on their website is some of the best deepfake videos I've ever seen. There are, of course, some places in the videos where you can tell something is up with hands or teeth or backgrounds, but considering how quickly the programs have been coming out and growing, it may not be very long at all where an untrained eye won't be able to tell. This leads to all kinds of concerns surrounding the spread of misinformation and the creation of misleading videos of people doing things they hadn't really done. Can you imagine being charged for a crime you didn't commit because someone created false evidence of you with an AI video generator? All the negative things being said about Sora, I can't think of a good reason that the technology was created in the first place. What could this possibly be used for besides spreading misinformation, making creative projects that steal work from real living people, or history-changing propaganda, and creating awful, non-consensual pornography of anyone with a selfie online? I mean, maybe creating videos of people who are no longer alive? That could be nice for those who are grieving, but also depending on the person, this could also create more misinformation, maybe even tricking people into believing someone who has passed is still amongst the living. Heck, some people still think Elvis is alive out there. They don't need more reasons to make conspiracy theories. As an artist, a woman, and a consumer of digital media, I'm very concerned for the trajectory that AI is headed in. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't see it absolutely taking over the world or anything like that, but it's going to get worse before it gets better, for sure. Hopefully the impact it's been making can soon fracture into some helpful legislation. And on that high note, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you agree or disagree about what AI can be capable of, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye!